G'day, I'm Ash, and I was recently thinking about how I can use my subscriber base for a positive cause. I've been thinking about doing a video like this for some time, but as my channel begins to explore new content and basically die because of a few reasons. One, I'm putting out content that is not War Thunder, or Tank Mechanic Simulator, or God forbid the forbidden game, Attack Helicopter Dating Simulator. And, well, another reason, B, you lads don't seem to watch any of the other stuff I put out, partly because of the way YouTube recommends content. But regardless, no, I am not done with War Thunder per se, however I do feel that I need another extended break from it, whilst I build up an audience that is here for my personality rather than just being some terribly edited voiced War Thunder videos. With recent events heating up over the last 6 months within the War Thunder community, room to properly grow playing one game and being known for one game is a blessing and a curse. On one hand, the community's active player base at peak times is around 60,000 players, so future planning leads one to speculate that despite all War Thunder's shortcomings, it's not the best place to start an online community. That being said, today's video is going to have a primary focus on helping some of the people who have either worked very hard or have interesting content that I personally think you should check out. Even if this video gets 300 views, that is the potential for a small amount of you to do good and support other smaller creators like other creators have done to me. I should note that none of the creators know that I'm doing this. I hope that those who have helped me get to where I am, it allows me to also help a few people as well. So do consider having a look at some of these channels in the links in the description down below. Anyway, let's get straight into the first contender. First on the list is the wonderful Toshio Thunder with 1.12k subscribers. It has a varied range of content, which you might find particularly interesting. However, his most popular series is, well, one where he does a series of interviews with other creators and gets to sort of know and understand sort of the life behind each individual creator. I specifically suggest that you definitely check out this one with yours truly. But regardless, he does a varied range of content that I think is really fantastic. And he talks about all sorts of things, and his opinion and sort of perspective on things is really interesting, and I sincerely hope you check that out. JewMonkey Online is he's one of the oldest creators that I know, and when I mean oldest, I mean he's one of the guys that has worked the hardest and has been around for quite a substantial amount of time, and I'm surprised that people don't know more about this fellow. JewMonkey does War Thunder gameplay, he does reviews and compilations, he does funny moments, and the guy generally produces a lot of content. Let's have a look at his videos here, for example. The only issue here is that his view count is particularly low for the amount of subscribers he has, 2.49k, so he's almost at 2.5 thousand subscribers, and that'd be fantastic if we could get him to 2,500. But he does a varied amount of War Thunder. If you're really looking for some, unique sort of video on a lower tier vehicle or something that's a bit mid-tier that isn't necessarily the highest tier or the I guess the best at the top end, like most other creators do look at, I do highly suggest checking out JewMonkey. He is a fantastic creator and he definitely deserves more attention. Next on the list is Avrik Von Nom. Now, he's been around for years, but he has been the main inspiration for some of my early content. He's an absolute inspiration. He's a madman with the community client, and he certainly does know what he is particularly talking about. As you can see here, he does fancy stuff, working with animations and, making custom missions. I mean, not everybody does this kind of thing, and I think it's just utterly fantastic. Plus, he's a little bit of a memester. And you get the idea, or else I'll get copyright struck. But, there is a lot of good content, and I highly suggest that you check out his Ace Combat 7 videos, because, well, I should say Ace Thunder videos, because it follows an immense amount of work, and this guy works incredibly hard to achieve something that not every other person out there would necessarily expect. It is utterly fantastic, so I do recommend you go check out Avrik. He's been around for years and has been utterly helpful when it comes to anything production-wise. And let's just see him reach for the stars. Next up, we have a channel that is very much underrated. Screezilla is a immensely passionate small content creator who produces high quality videos that are mainly focused around discussion and historical emphasis. And what I mean that, he does do obviously his loot box videos, he does other such content in other games, but I mainly really enjoy, and I really did enjoy, this particular video right here. Let me just give it a like. I did actually particularly watch it. It was about the history and overview of the whole entire sort of RE2000 series, and he does loads of videos like this. In fact, there was one that I watched recently, I can't necessarily remember, but he goes over a lot of the core issues with War Thunder, he discusses them in detail, and this guy has an immense passion and an immense ability to tell stories. And there was a video that I particularly like, and I highly recommend that you check this one out. This is the Vickers Vimy video that he has particularly done, where he showcases this particular, well, World War I aircraft that flew all the way down here. And I just think it's utterly incredible that, you know, someone is passionate enough to actually talk and, you know, educate some people. And I just loved this particular video. Anyway, I do recommend that you check Skidzilla out. He does a lot of history, he does a lot of War Thunder, and really, that's about it. That's sort of about it for the YouTube content creators. Although the next couple of channels I do mention do have their own YouTube channels, they're primarily what we call a streamer. And these guys stream to Twitch, and I highly recommend these guys because I guess that the War Thunder community, or even the history community, or even sort of the gaming community on Twitch is sort of a little left out when it comes to the simulation side of video games. So it's always important to sort of remember that there are people who genuinely stream for quite a number of hours every single day who try to interact with, you know, their audience. And the next 3 channels are definitely highly recommended. So let's go check them out. Friend, Friendo. Not entirely sure how to pronounce this dude's name, but he streams on a regular basis. He's got 3,211 followers on Twitch, and he streams on a regular basis. As you can see sort of right here, he does a lot of quality. I mean, that's not necessarily the quality that you want, but hey, Australian internet right there. But he has fun doing a lot of low tiers and is generally a good player, and if you're into tank gameplay or sort of low tier stuff and just want to have a fun time discussing a varied range of a variety of either history topics or what have you, then this is your guy. He also happens to do YouTube as well, and he uploads some of his highlights, some of which get a lot of attention, and he generally is a fantastic player. So, you know what? Go subscribe to Friend, because, you know, he's an entertaining bloke. You know, he lives in the UK. He doesn't like the word French, but don't let that get him past him. If you try typing that anywhere, he will what's the word? Not surrender, but he will execute you on the spot. But that's Friend. And finally, the last person on this list is Collusion. Now, you might not know Collusion, but he is definitely he's definitely an interesting fellow. He's a Kiwi, and he obviously streams on a regular basis, or has started to stream on a regular basis. The bastard's nearly got as many followers as I have on Twitch, but no self-promotion for me, considering this is self-promotion for other creators today. Regardless, this guy, he's not necessarily that well known, although you may know him as a game master or a War Thunder moderator. He does a lot of stuff for the community. He does and operates and even administrates a lot of War Thunder's Discord servers. And, well, Collusion's just a top bloke, and he's really into his... I don't want to say it for sake of getting demonetized, but he's into his Japanese culture, and I'm going to leave it at that. I think Collusion's a top bloke and definitely deserves a little more traffic, so do go check out Collusion. Now, there are plenty of other channels out there that do deserve promotion. However, these are just some of the few that sort of stand out that they do need a little bit of help and a little bit of a push. Because A, I like these people, and generally it is good to help others around you, as others have done to me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Links to the other people are in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ash, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.